What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for jumping into another video. My name is Josh, and I am just your average Joe day trader. Well, the time has come, everybody. It is Sunday night, and we are waiting for the market to open up October 19th. It's just about 7:58 p.m. I got 2 minutes before the market opens up for the 8 p.m. trading overnight on Sunday night. And I am so excited because you know that every Sunday night, and I post this video every Sunday night. Matter of fact, we did try to do some lives the last couple Sunday nights with a pretty big fail rate, and we're still working on figuring that all out. I want to work it out where I have a live where you see me, see the comments, and see the screen. And I can't figure out how to make that all happen in one thing. So we're still working on that. But I can tell you that I am excited to see what the SPY and what all the different stocks that are part of the AJDT Best Day Trade Stock List, which I provide to you, my subscribers, with additional charting and additional information for the members of the AJDT family and through the AJDT Elite group. If you want to be part of the Discord, then hit that join button, hit that Elite group membership so you can get with us tomorrow, Monday morning in the Discord, ready to go. We're going to start pumping out some information tonight. I always put a bunch of stuff every night just about in the Discord to help you prepare for the next day so you know what you should be looking at, what types of trades you should be considering, the direction of the market, how did the day close based on the news and the sentiment, and what type of catalysts are driving stocks, etc. Anyway, not trying to completely sell that to you this tonight because we're going to see the S&P 500 open up in about 30, 40 seconds from now, and that's where I love to see. I love to see the gap up. If you see a gap down, that you know that the institutions and the hedge funds on Friday put a lot of sets for selling when the market opens back up, especially when we hit Monday morning, 4:30, and then at 9:30 when the bell rings and we see potentially a lot of sell activity or buy activity. I personally feel like we're going to see a mirror image of last week. Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, we're going to see some pumping up, some rallying up. But then I'm going to warn you all and tell you that everyone potentially is telling you the market's going to drop down. All right, so let's take a look. It's 8 p.m. on the dot. Let's switch from 15 to 30. Ooh, boy, let me tell you, what are we seeing right here? We didn't see much of anything. Now, this doesn't tell us really much of anything, right? Because we opened somewhat flat. The market was up a hair on the SPY, 664.39 it closed. The aftermarket closed at 665. We're now in the overnight back just a hair above where we closed it at 664.50. So, not a lot of price action on the S&P 500. So, what does that mean for us? We're going to give it another couple seconds here so we can sort of wait and see. If you go to the 5-minute, you see that it dropped back down, and it's still holding at the 664 level, but not for me, not a great sign. Not thrilled with that because that directionally tells me I've got to kind of watch the market through the night into the early morning hours to see what the S&P 500 is going to do. So no, I'm not super excited about what we're seeing right now. And I'm just going to warn you, it is bear hunting season. You need to be on your A game. You need to be protecting your investments. Make some decisions about what you're in profit on right now. And let's see kind of how this market does into the morning hours. Let's also take a look and see some of the other big boy stocks that I like to look at and trade all the time. Tesla. Now, here's the other end of the story, right? Let's go to auto. Tesla is on a fire run right now. Tesla closed at 439.31 when the market closed on Friday, and it is on a tear up right now. 442, 60, 50, 70. It is basically giving us a lot of action on this huge green candle, and that's pretty good. That's in the 5-minute. 15-minute, it's up. 30-minute, obviously same thing, it's up. So although the S&P 500 sort of dropped down a little bit, the Tesla stocks are running up. And as you know, if you've been watching my past videos, I play Tesla against Tesla. So when Tesla's running up, I buy the stocks that go up with it. When Tesla's running down, I buy the stocks that go against it. And if you go here very quickly, I'll show you one last time in here for those of you that may be new on my Tesla runs. So I always show everything against the S&P 500. Here's Tesla up. Here's TSLR, which is up with it at 32, 3308. TSLT is also up with it at $27.85, and TSLL is up at $20.52. Those are the ones when you know Tesla's going to run up. You don't want to spend 400 something dollars for a share of stock. You can buy a bunch of shares of stock at 20, 27, or 32 right now. Now, if Tesla turns and starts running in the other direction, then I get into TSLQ because you can see, look, since we opened, it's on the down drop from 789 to 776, and TSLS from 538 down to 534. So these are the ones that when Tesla is doing really poorly, I play those because they run up. Matter of fact, you can see on Friday, Tesla was doing very poorly, and I played this one all the way up, TSLQ all the way up, okay, while everything else was running down. So, all right, I think you all have seen me and heard me talk about Tesla enough. Let's get back into some of the other best day trade stocks. So the October list. All right, first one on my list is always Tesla because it's the highest dollar amount. AMD has a nice little bit of a pump happening right now. Nvidia is going to follow the same suit. All the tech stocks, and remember, I'm going to throw it here up on the screen, but this is a huge week for earnings. We've started this week into an earnings calendar for the month of October, where a lot of the big name tech stocks are going to present their earnings. And a lot of people, including myself, believe that depending on some of those amazing tech stock earnings plays that are going to, like Intel, are going to give us their results that potentially could cause the entire market to pull up, S&P 500 to drive up, and that's what we're looking for. Palantir, not a big upward run, but it is on a bit of an upward run here. Again, I'm looking at the 30-minute, give you back to the 15. Robinhood, nice, actually pumped all the way up to 133.50, pulled back down a little bit to 132.29. IREN, nice, IREN. HIMS, okay, HIMS is down at the base right now, right? It had a really, really, really challenging day on Friday. So now here we are, and it's sort of doing what the S&P 500 is doing. RGTI, Rigetti, had a pump up, pulled back a little bit. We'll see what that does. Same with SMR. Listen, SMR pumped hard. Look at that. It got to a high right now of 47.80, and it pulled back down. It's sitting at 45.87, but better than where we closed at 44.25. I'm looking for SMR. I'm looking for Rigetti. Those are ones I'm in to pump this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. QBTS also following the same. All right, another quantum type stock. Intel showing us it's worth 37.35. APLD, thank you for a pump, APLD. I got into APLD at about 33.50 on Friday. Bought into it knowing it's going to run this week so I can secure some more profit on APLD. I believe it'll get back to $40. We'll see if it does it this week or not. SoFi, listen, SoFi has earnings on October 28th, and look what it's doing right now. Wow, what a launch. 27.25 from 26.54 close. So far, SoFi, very nice Sunday night open. Lucid, now Lucid is doing what you would say right now. They've got this abandoned baby up here, $20 straight even, $20 in the overnight. So we'll see what it does from here. This is the 200-day moving average. It's way below that right now. The 20-day moving average, it's using it as a resistance level right now, although it's above. So now it's trying to work between the 200 and the 20-day moving average. I don't use a 50-day moving average. I know a lot of people like to use the 50-day moving average. I like the 20 and the 200. Lyft, LYFT, look at that. Way up there. Thank you. We've been waiting for Lyft to kind of wake up a little bit. All the way to 1990. It's sitting at 1980. We'll see what it does through the night. Run is a 24-hour stock, also up here at $20 flat. That's fun to see. Cipher. All right, Cipher is not a 24-hour stock, so we're going to have to wait until tomorrow morning, 4:30, to see that one. QUBT is 24 hours, pumped up and came back down. QS probably the same. Yes, it did. Sitting at 1580. I like QS a lot. I'm going to be keeping my eye on that one this week. ONDS, not a 24-hour. We've got to wait for it. And Open, also not a 24-hour. Wait for it to open. But this is the current AJDT best day trade stock. I'm working on the November list, and some of these may not be on the next list, but we have to see, because what I'm doing, so if this is your first time visiting this channel, thank you for being here. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. and join the elite group for the Discord. But what I'm doing is I'm tracking trending 30-day and the 20-day, 200-day moving averages, but basically looking at a 30-day consistency to see what is its trend pattern. How does it open? How does it close daily? What is its channel? What's its top level, bottom level? And where does it live? And that's why it lands up on the best day trade stock list, because these are the ones that have the best opportunity to get in and out of them every day to make some money. And you can also, I'm not the options guy, and I know the Discord group's laughing right now hearing me say that. I'm not an options guy. We do post a lot of options plays. We have a channel in the Discord called the Options Playground. We also have a channel in the group, in the Discord group, for post your play. So people are saying their entry level, their exit levels, and sharing where they believe in and out is the best place to be on different stocks. But, you know, as learning options, I've learned also that a lot of these best day trade stocks are very good plays for options too. But that's where we're at right now. So that's Sunday night. Let's go back really quick and look at the S&P 500 and see what has it done since we've been talking about it. All right, so the S&P 500 has pulled even down a little bit more. It's now below close. So play it smart, play it safe, be careful, know your risk tolerance levels, take caution in your money. We're going to have to kind of see how this plays out through the night, but it is in a down pattern right now for overnight trading. And I said that, and it pulled back up a little bit, 664.36. So I will share a couple levels with you real quick. Let's go to the 4 hour, just so you can kind of see this a little bit bigger picture. But what we're looking at for the S&P 500 tomorrow, or really even this week, is first thing you need to remember is that on Friday, when the market dumped, so let's go back. This is going to be Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. All right, so here is our Friday when the market kind of hit the toilet. Bottomed out at 646.20. All right, 646.20. And we have this high top of the candle without the wick, 672.13. And I've been saying all week, we've got to get back to 672.13. Now, if the S&P 500 has any chance of getting back on this bull run, we've got to break this 672 level. It's got to show us that it can get above 672, hold, and then break up. But if we can get above 672.13 and hold and break above, then we're working to break above this 674.07, which is the all-time high right now for the S&P 500. And then once it hits that area, we want to break through and keep going. Now, the downside to that is you've got to keep in mind, okay, we've got several levels here. Number one, we've got to get tomorrow above 665.99. I don't like the 3-digit number that it really is, but we've got to get above this 665.99 and head towards 672. If not, then we are going to this 657.04. And if it breaks that support level, we're heading to 652.22. And everyone, if it doesn't hold on to the 652.22, it's going to 634.85. And who knows what it can do past that. Now, the reason why, now, many of you don't trade the SPY, right? You don't trade options. You're looking for small caps. What I'm sharing with you is that most of the small caps in the AJDT Best Day Trade list, most of the small caps that I trade in every day, BBAI, APLD, all right, those are part of the S&P 500. So if the S&P 500 is running down, then it's almost impossible for those to be running up. Now, APLD has been proving me wrong day in and day out because APLD has been running on new highs, right? Above $40, continues to break above that. We've got to get it back to the $40 range. But most of them are running on the sentiment of the S&P 500. Tesla, Nvidia, all the big names are part of this S&P 500, the Mag 7, and we need them to continue to turn and run. And now here's what I will share with you. If we have huge earnings over the next couple weeks on some of these big names in the Mag 7, then it's going to force the S&P 500 to turn bull and head back up, and we're going to put those bears back to sleep. And that's the plan. That's what we want to do. Let me give you my take on Tesla very quickly as well, because I want you to understand my levels on Tesla. I play Tesla all the time. All right. Wow, Tesla's actually doing very nicely, holding very nicely. So I'm happy to see Tesla is basically at this 442.18, 442.07. It's bouncing around right here. But we need Tesla to kind of get back to that level And again, on Friday, this candle, this big monster candle we have, 435.58, the top of this candle was 443.13. So we want Tesla to continue up, and it's right now doing that. It's breaking this high wick, 443.15 at 441.91. 440 is heading to 440, back to 442. So we want to have it continue to break up. We want to see Tesla heading towards 451.21. All right. And that is a very good level for us to consider, to aim for. Let me go to my weekly chart very quickly to show you what that looks like. And yes, there's a lot of levels here. All right. But we want to head back to this gold 470, and we want to get Tesla back up there. And I think we're going to see that on Tesla. But what I need you to understand is this level right here, 451, is going to be a hard resistance level. If we can break it, 464 is the top 5-day, 30-minute trend tracking strategy for me. So remember, my box strategy, I always find first on a 5-day range, 30-minute chart, I want to see the ceiling and the bottom. So this white level right here, 464, is a very important level for me to see. If it can break this 464, then we're going back to 479. If it does not, if it bounces off of it, then we're heading back down towards 427.79. So those are some levels to keep an eye on. And there's a lot of levels here. I do keep a lot of them on there. Let me go back to a 4-hour for you. It makes it a little bit cleaner. All right. But we want to see this 451 and 435 should hold as support. If it breaks down below it, we're going to 428, 419. And then my bottom level we don't really want to see is 411. But if you're an options trader, some of these levels may be really good for you. All right. Listen, join the Discord, get in that elite group. In the description are the instructions. You join, send me an email at averagejoedaytrader01@gmail.com, and we get you your one-time access link to the AJDT Elite Group Discord. And we want to have you in there. We're building this community that are sharing a lot of information, really, really giving you a lot of trade information. And we've got a great, great group of people that are very helpful and want to love on you, just like I love on you guys, and want to be a community together. So join the elite group. I promise you right now, take a look at it, because you'll notice a lot of other Discord memberships that are calling out plays and calling out things. They're upwards of $40, $50, $100 to join per month. We're not even anywhere close to that, but prices will be changing somewhere down the road as popularity builds and people see the value of being part of our Discord. Join now while you can. Lock yourself in, get your position in with us, and be ready so we can be together each morning and throwing the plays out there. To my members, AJDT family, see you tomorrow in the Discord. Excited to see what the market's going to do through the night. Again, if it's your first time here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. Thank you so much for being here. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow. Josh out. Peace.